Stand out, get noticed, get hired. This video will contain four aspects: CV preparation, preparation before online or in person interview, do's and do not during interview, and how to explore new employers or finding job. Let's jump. Step 1: CV preparation. CV basically contains three main aspects: work experience, education, skill. Skill can be further divided into functional, subject, and personal, like leadership, communication. These are few things. Now, what we shouldn't put in our CV. Number one, photo not required. If you have in your degree curriculum less percentage, say 60 percentage, GPA was just okay, no need to mention. Mention only top 2 degrees. Don't list your SSC 10th grade 12th grade marks. Just mention 2 highest degree which is relevant for the job. Some they mention references on request. If you are not putting on CV, why to mention that statement? No need to put your present salary, expected salary. They will ask, at that time you can provide. Employer can reach you using two things: email ID and mobile number. So just give. No need to put postal address at this moment, because every space in your CV counts. So let's put information which will put a positive reinforcement to your CV. No need to mention career objective, since you can replace career objective by what you delivered in past. What are your strong points? Why someone should read your CV? So these are few things which make sure at the beginning we put. And age, marital status, no need. Now we will go. We know our CV should not contain few things. Now definitely what it should contain? It should contain few positive action verbs which you delivered or you accomplished. Jobs, roles and responsibility is one thing, but what you did in your past experience, that is most important. So here I have taken few positive action verbs from MIT for different roles: management, communication, technical. So make sure your CV has few of these positive action verbs. And if you have created a project where you want to show a 3D model or your recognitions, awards, certificates, you can always make attachment to the CV. So don't make CV big, but encourage reader to read the attachments, which is portfolio of work. Nowadays, CV are getting filtered. The employer is looking for few keywords. So they are looking for like knowledge of some international design standard. If you have done that type of job, do mention like knowledge of European standard, American standard, or certain delivery method of a job: EPCM, EPC, lump sum turnkey, design build, your PMC role, or you did front end engineering. So make sure you have mentioned that delivery method in your CV. Some special type of buildings, like if you have done substation, but one substation which is gas insulated switchgear, which we call GIS, mention specific word GIS, because sometimes the CV goes to the like HR collect the CV and they have been informed. Try to collect CV with this GIS substation experience. So make sure your CV goes up to the second stage where you receive call for interview. So CV don't make one CV, tailor your CV to match the requirement, so that things will be getting highlighted. I have observed sometimes when someone asks CV, we just forward, but we do not research about organization where we are applying, what project they have received. So you try to find out. If they are asking CV, definitely they may have received a big job, and that information will be available in a public domain. So do research and match your CV for the job requirement. So when the CV matches with the profile requirements, definitely you will receive call for interview. So you received now call for interview. You have 2 to 3 days for preparation. So how you will go about? What I do, I try to write, take pen, A4 size paper, and try to write like what were like I completed in all past projects. We maintain a diary where we write daily activities performed. So I will open that diary, so I remember the key figures, number, that job size. Like in Delhi, we did a water supply line, 270 cubic. What was the diameter? 3.25 meter. It was aqueduct plus underground. So few sketches. So all information is handy on that A4 size paper. So what happens when you write on A4 size paper? It gets, you recall that information which you have to speak during interview. So spend some time on writing on A4 size paper. Keep your answer keep it simple and short, not too big, not too small. Like clearly state the scale and impact of your project. Like impact means socio-economic impact. It is not like I built a bridge which was spanning 480 meter, the Chenab bridge, but the socio-economic impact of this bridge in a bigger context. So you are giving a bigger context. So that is what we call motivation of doing a good work. So here now you have prepared all standard questions. The first questions which is thrown typically is tell us about yourself. So that answer will create path for further questions. Some interviews, there are 2 stages, technical and about personal. So make sure you know your subject very well, and keep preparation for few open-ended questions. They are like typically how you start your day. Remember, the employer, he is looking for a proactive guy. He is not looking for a reactive person. Reactive means you spent your 80% time of a day in firefighting, solving the previous problems. So please prepare like how you plan your day or a week or month, how you track your progress, key performance index related to your performance or your team performance. So like sometimes I hear these questions, in your opinion, what are the top 5 reasons why projects are getting completed on a schedule, on a time, within the budget, or maybe in a negative sense they may ask, in your opinion, which is the main reason why projects they go beyond schedule, cost overrun, time overrun, team collaboration, why something is not done or something fails. What are your key strengths or quality that sets you apart from other team members? Like whenever we do project, it is not outcome of one member or one team contribution, it is collaboration. So make sure you recognize other teams contribution also in answering. And this I learned from Stanford Graduate School of Business, GSB, how we can structure our answer. So everyone wants to listen carefully. The framework is STAR: situation, task, action, result. So if you have been asked something, you can frame your answer. Let me frame my answer. Like, we had a situation where client Asian Development Bank was like, he didn't show progress on one of the job, and he planned to blacklist us, and he gave a 6 months time. Like, you have not achieved in past 9 months, now you have a 6 months. If you deliver, if you don't, you will be blacklisted. So that is the situation. So the task was to complete engineering of a few critical structures, deliver drawings, calculations, release a tender document, and we took some action that gave we delivered the drawings, tender document, bill of quantities, and our company was not blacklisted. We brought the contractor on a board and the construction started. So like this framework, situation, task, action, result, it will create a big impact, and you will be a star during that job interview. So to win the job, frame your answer using STAR framework. Few example on behavioral interview questions. Why do you want to leave your present organization or current employer? So don't burst yourself with all negative emotions. Put this answer in a positive perspective. What is your professional weakness you are actively working to improve? If we have certain weakness, to discover that weakness also is a big challenge. So when you tell positively, I discovered my weakness during this time and I am working on these areas. So when you are working on certain qualities, skill set, it shows you have lifelong learning attitude, growth mindset. Like, you don't believe in fixed mindset. Describe a situation where miscommunication led to an issue or a failure. What did you learn from it? So communication is one of the pillars in engineering projects. So they just want to understand, did any time there was a miscommunication which created something. Tell us about decisions you regret in your professional career and what would do differently today. Or sometimes ethical questions, like describe a situation you faced an ethical dilemma at work, how did you handle it? So these are few questions I would recommend you prepare before going for interview. Now you have fixed time and date for online or in-person interview. So how I will get prepared for that? So I should remember the date and timing of the interview. So save in a Google Calendar or whatever tool you are using, notebook, mention and check internet speed, which is the most important. Internet should not fail. Keep plan B ready. Switch off all mobiles or other noise making devices. Position yourself. You should have a good light so your face doesn't look black. So lighting arrangement, keep your eyes at camera level and keep pen, paper ready. So if they ask some questions, you can draw and show them. So that shows like you are little prepared. So these are few tips, 7 tips on preparation for the interview. Now we will move how we can explore job opportunities, how we know the employers who can hire me. So here I have given an example of Google Smart Search using clue like site, because if I am sitting in India and I ask list of consultants in Saudi Arabia, he may not give, but here I gave a clue at the end, site : SA. SA means the domain name. We human, we have our family name. Same way, all the websites, they have domain name, .com, .sg, .eu for Australia. So you are now telling Google, Mr. Google, please search for me, consultants working in Saudi Arabia. So he will search from that domain only. CA for Canada. So this type of clue where to search. it will make your result more effective, less like otherwise you will get million search from Google. Follow their LinkedIn page, try to connect with existing employer, and that will like you will know like who can be your prospective employer. Now about lifelong learning. So take professional membership of some institute, attend their continuous professional development seminars, courses, create habit of writing diary. So what happens in that diary? You know like the problem which you solved, or key figures, key numbers you know about. So habit of writing a diary, professional membership, create a database. So when you create a diary with a database, like this much span, this much ton of steel required, or this much building it required, cubic meter concrete. So create a database of all the information. 3 S I would say: smile, serve, and sleep. So take care of your health. Now you have a lot of information, facts available, but information and facts, they don't give anything. So convert that information, facts, figures into information knowledge base. So I like if I read about one bridge which consumed 1,000 metric ton, so you know the length of that bridge. Say if it's 100 meter, then 1,000 divided by 100, it consumes 10 ton per running meter steel. So this all becomes a knowledge base, or consumption per meter cube, consumption per meter square, or per running meter, or like what technology went for that construction. So this all things will become a knowledge base, and that you can convert it into wisdom, some tool to take decision. It is similar to our AI, where we give context, input, output, and like what is our expectation of output. It should be a picture, or it should be a graph, or a comparative table, a code. So that is our expectation. So it like a prompt has a 4 steps: context, input, output, and expectation format which we are looking for. So once you have a wisdom, you can take a decision. So we will move ahead. Here I have put the 10 C's which are most important. The 5 C which keeps us in a present role, responsibility: clarity, competence in a subject, concentration, focus, commitment, consistency. But if you want to move ahead, a jump up, then we require 5C extra, 5C plus. That 5C plus is consideration, like how we consider other team members' request or their problem, creativity, courage to speak our ideas, share our thoughts, confidence, and most important, CS, common sense. So here we did the 4 steps: preparation of CV, preparation before going for interview, and do's and do not, and finally how we can expand using Google Smart Search by giving clue like site, file type, and using the LinkedIn information which is available in open source. And definitely these tips will help you to be a star. Thank you.